Hey, do you believe that God can do anything? Right? Sometimes we're just going around living our lives, and all of a sudden, God pops in, right? And sometimes we're not expecting it. Sometimes we think, well, God can do awesome things, right? And God pops into our lives and opens up this door, and this incredible thing happens. And that happens a lot of times. But then other times, you're just living your life and you're going down the road and you're doing your thing, and all of a sudden this other door opens and you walk through it, and in the middle of all of it, you're dealt with a serious situation. Sometimes God prepares us for such a time as this. And that happened to me today. I had done a funeral this morning, and came home and was talking to my wife, and we have some garden beds out behind our house, and I'm a farmer, right? And I'm growing tomatoes and cucumbers and squash and zucchini and peppers, and I'm having a blast doing it, right? Well, my cucumbers are like coming on. They're like multiplying like a bunch of rabbits, right? The cucumbers, every day I got more cucumbers. So I'm in the house, and I'm like, you know what, hon? I'm going to run over to the neighbors. I'm going to take these cucumbers over to him. I know he appreciates it when I bring vegetables over. So I grab 3 cucumbers and I go walking over, and as I approach his house, he's in the truck backing out. And I wave at him, and he stops the truck and he rolls the window down. I'm like, hey, buddy, you want some cucumbers? He says, I love cucumbers. Thanks, man. That's awesome. He says, hey, do you got a minute? I'm like, sure, anything. What's going on? He goes, my wife, she suffered a massive stroke. And I am like, what? I didn't know. And he goes, yeah, and he tells me the story about how last Wednesday they were playing with the granddaughter, and she suffers this stroke, and it doesn't look good. And as a matter of fact, they're only giving her days. And as he's telling this story, I am in my head going, Lord, please just pour out your mercies upon this man and his wife and their family. And because it wasn't expected, it wasn't something that had come around a year ago and they were battling it and preparing for it. It came out of nowhere. And so the opportunity arose for me to pray with him, and he was so grateful, and we've put the family on the prayer list, and there is this incredible outpouring of prayer for her and the family at this point. Sometimes God says, hey, why don't you go give your neighbor some cucumbers? And the door opens for an incredible meeting, and God can walk in and do amazing things. As we go through these days, may we hear the voice of God and go where he leads us, when he leads us there. May God continue to pour out his grace, mercy, and blessings on each and every one of us until we get to meet again. Amen. Amen.